Hello, and welcome to A Warning from Karen.
The Albanese government is preparing to introduce stronger hate speech laws to combat a sharp increase in offensive and anti-Semitic slurs. The changes come after a Jewish school was defaced in Melbourne and as peaceful student protesters continue their standoff with police.
On campus in the capital, pro-Palestinian protesters refuse to move. The encampment at ANU peaceful, but including contentious chants.
Palestine will be free!
In Victoria, Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles standing in solidarity with the Jewish school graffitied on the weekend, a silent but disturbing threat.
And it must stop. The sorts of words that we saw written on the walls of this school have no place in our society.
The Attorney-General tonight drafting new hate speech laws with criminal penalties, potentially prison, for vilification based on race, religion, gender or sexuality.
So, what does gender or sexuality have to do with anti Semitism? Yeah, something he hasn't just whipped up. So, this came out in January 23. And we have under the refer part here, a consideration of what reforms to federal anti-discrimination laws should be made in order to ensure, to the extent practicable, federal and anti-discrimination laws that reflect the government's commitments in the manner that is consistent with the stuff that comes from the UN. And in the proposals, number 11, the Australian Human Rights Commission Act should be amended so that educational religious institutions are subject to the Commission's inquiry powers. To which Anna Cody, Sex Discrimination Commissioner, said, yay. Fueling hate report. So this report was the largest ever investigation into anti-trans hate in Australia. Had data from 3,099 survey responses, including 1,309 responses from trans people. The others were non-binary, gender fluid, queer, this and some other things. Anyway, out of that, they want to introduce federal and state anti-vilification laws to protect the entire LGBTQIA plus whatever they want community from abuse, harassment, vilification and violence. And down the bottom there, provide funding for further research into the causes and impacts of anti-trans abuse, harassment, vilification and violence and strategies for addressing them. That's re-education. And the Attorney-General Mark Dreyfus, back in 2016, said he will appoint a full-time LGBTI, just because there's no plus and Q and things there yet, discrimination commissioner to the Australian Human Rights Commission. So Mark Dreyfus is going to make sure that you can't discriminate against trans women and blokes who self-ID as women in women's sports. So that's the end of women's sports in Australia. And if you get a year in prison for doing a Nazi salute, what are you going to get for misgendering and using the wrong pronouns? So we're going to have to stand up in court with a straight face and say that men who want to be are women. I really hope I'm not the only person paying attention to what's going on. If not, oh well. I'll see you in prison. See you later. Bye.